Okay, guys, welcome to interesting. Check 1 2, check check. Okay, guys, we are back. Our last stream we had to end a little bit early. Like I said, we had to end it a little bit early, um, because viewers were so down. We are back, and we are at 'em. Um, hey, did you catch that? Yeah, so like I said, we are back. Um, Hopefully the stream is a little bit better because I don't know. What I had to do is I had to just turn that right audio down just because it's just so grainy for some reason. I don't know why. As you can see, it's a new echo. Yeah, that's because I had the thing playing. It shouldn't be so anymore. Let me know if it is. But I had to, like I said, I had to turn the right down because yeah, it was me. It was me. The background was me earlier. Just making sure the audio sounded good, so I had to turn down the right because it was just too grimy, and I have to figure that out at a later point in time. Did you catch that? We are going to get your stuff taken care of. My designer, no, it sounds good. That's good. Um, my designer is already on it. Um, So that is good. Listen, what we're going to be talking about today is the fact that we are now Charlie. How to move on, not even move on, but how to carry on his legacy with pride. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So as you know, on September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk got assassinated by a liberal, mental ill liberal. Um, it was one of the high schools making me pay extra to have an American flag, and the photo is wild. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna read that in 1 second. As you know, he got assassinated by a mentally ill man. Um, it breaks my heart every time I have to say that. That man uh, is now in prison. He is now imprisoned for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Uh, we now know that his boyfriend, who thought he was a girl, was knew about it at least after the fact, if not ahead of time. What they need to do is they need to arrest that man because if he knew about it, he should have turned him in immediately. So that's what we're going to be talking about. That's a little bit of the history. I'm sure that y'all know. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, you said his high school is making me pay extra to have an American flag in his photo. Isn't that wild? It is wild. Mentally ill is a nice way to put it. It is, and that's the problem with America. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up to for this point. Actually, I can't because of the audio, because of this microphone. I'm gonna have to have a microphone here and a microphone here to switch in between. Charlie Kirk has been assassinated by you. Now I know. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Stream elements, bot running. Learn how to. I'm good. Stream elements. I'm good. Um, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Yao Amas or whatever your name is. Yeah, mentally ill is a good way to put it. It is a really like. It's not strong enough. It's not a strong enough word to call the kid that assassinated him, because in all reality, it's it It starts in the school system. It starts in the school system. Um, the forbidden to mention. Um, it starts in the school system because they affirm mental illness. You say, "Oh, I think I'm a cat," and they say, "Yes, you are." So, like I said, it starts in the school system, and it needs to stop. And they need to stop indoctrinating our kids. Now we have our second cinema camera up and running. They need to stop indoctrinating our kids. It's not, but be careful because I said what I said thinking yesterday. Well, I wasn't allowed to post for 24 hours. Um, it starts in the school system. So what it is it's you have this kid, and he says, "Oh, I think I'm a girl," or "Oh, I think I'm a cat," and then they affirm that mental illness until it gets to a point where the leftists are calling us neo Nazis, and they take action. That's why they burn down Teslas, they burn down businesses, they shoot Republicans. This is why. And when you take these ideas to the furthest extent, oh, I think I'm a deer, or oh, I think I'm a dog. Let's take this to the furthest extent of this thought process. If you think you are a deer or you are a dog, take this to the furthest extent. I should be able to shoot you. I should be able to hunt you. I should be able to pick you up off the side of the street if you think you're a dog and adopt you. But no, and you'll never see that. You can say what you want. I'm just trying to make sure when it comes to certain words, you use slang. Um, I was so mad I did not do that. I got banned for 24. I got what I got you. Three awesome dogs. How's it going? It's nice to see you again. I love Charlie Kirk, but it is a coincidence that he was killed when he started questioning about interesting. The whole thing is interesting. The question that he was asked, I find very suspicious personally. He was talking about trans shooters when a guy who's dating a trans shooter or a trans person shot him. It's insanity. It really is. Um. Wow. Our viewer count is not strong today. Well, that's okay because we're not doing this for the views. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do. Um. Yeah. I mean, it, so I don't know if y'all knew this. The old man that originally said he did it, the man who originally got, um, the man who originally got arrested for doing it. Apparently, he had child, you know what, on his phone. He told the cops he did. He folded under absolutely zero pressure. So he had child, you know what, which means he was a PDF file. Um, it just absolutely horrendous. So they booked him. They found it on his phone. They booked him. They got him off the streets. They also got him for another charge because they got him for obstruction of justice because he prolonged um, them finding the shooter. Now, Three Awesome Dogs said, I did find out why I could not subscribe because I was already subscribed. Keep up the good work, young man. Thank you, thank you. I think you're one of the ones who wanted a hat or a shirt. If you did, we are selling this merchandise. All proceeds. Go to the family. I've seen a lot of people, and I don't want y'all to buy anything that they don't say the proceeds go, because that is just profiting off of an amazing man's death. Now, there's a few people, a few music videos I wanted to watch. while we're doing this. And one of these music videos is a little bit less known. It only has 11,000 views. Um, it's an amazing song. It is a really good song. So let's go ahead and play this. Let's go ahead and play this song.
Trying to take us down. Are you willing to speak the truth and take a round? This world is getting heavy, don't let it weigh you down. We gon' fight this battle for the Lord, ain't gonna take this ground. They think they won the war, but I don't think they know the price. Charlie died, but through his life, many come to know the Christ. Demons laugh, but Jesus coming back, and you ain't seen the half. Training with a gun, but you can't run, you'll never flee the wrath. You took out a man, but you could never kill the vision. All you people mocking better stop, won't have a pot to piss in. And this our turning point, you about to see the army. To live is Christ and die is gain. We are Charlie. A real Christian got assassinated, but I can see an army activated. And I know you demons agitated, cause you didn't kill a man, he only graduated. We are Charlie. Y'all just messed around and made an army. I can feel the shifting when sorry. Jesus coming back, it gon' be gnarly. We are Charlie. We are Charlie. This is spiritual battle, you better learn to fight. You can't fight the darkness with the darkness, better turn to light. There's levels to the faith, you cannot break, you gotta earn the right. It's light versus dark, the battle's won, so let's go burn the night. Look, I don't think they really know what they just stirred up. It's God over government, get your Bible, put that word up. This revival, yo devil, now you know we on your head top. Jesus coming back for bloody making all you dead drop. So listen, don't be afraid of Satan, but you need to use the wisdom. Keep a little blicky with you, stay up on the mission. This our turning point, and you about to see the army. To live is Christ and die is gain. We are Charlie.
To live is Christ and die is gain. What amazing what an amazing way to put that. Seriously, you know what did he say a few seconds ago?
You need to use the wisdom. Keep a little blicky with you, stay up on the mission. This our turning point, and you about to see the army.
This is our turning point, and you're about to see the army. Great words, because his death was a turning point, and a turning point for Americans, and a turning point for, America, in all reality. Also, if y'all are commenting, I'm not reading them right now. I cannot see them, just so y'all know. Sorry, there you go.
And I know you demons agitated, cause you didn't kill a man, he only graduated. We are Charlie. Y'all just messed around and made an army. I could feel the shifting when sorry. Jesus coming back, it gon' be gnarly. We are Charlie. We are Charlie.
We are Charlie.
What an amazing song. I mean, so many people have so many songs. You can go watch my reaction to Tom McDonald's song. Lee Bryce made a song tribute to Charlie Kirk. There's so many just great Charlie Kirk songs that are just so amazing. Add Tyson James to the tag because I'm sure he would love his music video being promoted. For sure, yeah, I'll do that. And then there was I want to react to this one guy that I just started following. I just actually heard of him, and he made a video right after Charlie's death that is just insane. Also, before that though, this amazing man, one of Charlie's friends, his YouTube channel is the Officer Titum. He is an amazing man, and for everyone saying that Charlie was a racist, this man's black, and he was really good friends with Charlie. This is Kimmel canceled. I don't know if y'all saw. I actually just made a video talking about Jimmy Kimmel, so it looks like I might have to redo it because it looks like he might have actually gotten canceled. Let's go ahead and watch this cut. Okay.
Kimmel, I just like they prophesy, in my opinion. Sometimes I feel like they're telling prophecies.
Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late-night sweepstakes, which is alarming because I don't know if you know this, Jimmy Kimmel is me.
They get on there and go, what if I get kicked off the show? Ha, ha, ha. They can't do nothing to me. That's what he said. You remember what he said? Now he off the show. Bring him up. This is why he got canceled. And they started with a soft approach. They started with just canceling him on certain networks, and then they probably was trying to see what the feedback was, and they probably were getting overwhelming support to do it, so they canceled him indefinitely.
ABC is polling Jimmy Kimmel's late night show off the air indefinitely after pressure from President Trump's appointee leading the FCC and local broadcast company Nexstar. Kimmel recently speculated on the air that the man who killed MAGA activist Charlie Kirk could have been on the far right himself. Today, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr went on a MAGA influencers podcast and threatened action against ABC's local affiliate licenses. Nexstar, one of the largest owners of TV stations in the U.S., announced later today it would stop airing Kimmel's show for the foreseeable future.
Now, indefinitely don't mean that a person can't come back. It just means until further notice. But what does that mean? Once they cancel him, they're going to see the feedback of the show and what people are saying, and then indefinitely it's going to turn into a permanent fire. But this is what that fool said that got him canceled. Hey, y'all, hold on real quick. I got to tell you this. I bet you $1 million y'all didn't know this. Only 3 mobile
Okay, we're going to
providers
skip this.
And get a free month of service with promo code Tatum. And don't give me that cancel culture stuff. Y'all been pushing for cancel culture for 100 years. And you violated the terms of your contract with your company, which means if you do things that are detrimental to the growth and success of your company, they can suspend you. They can expel you. They can fire you. The end. Roll the clip.
So I just got word that I am not live. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Yeah. Let's see here. Going up all the way to live. Yeah, it's not true. Okay, we are going to go back here.
With the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score.
They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years, and it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. Of grief, construction, demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once.
When I heard it, I was in the midst of, building a great, for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom at the White House, right? They don't have a ballroom. They have to use tents on the lawn for President Xi when he comes over. If it rains, it's a wipeout. And so I was with the architects that would design. It's going to be incredible. And they came in, they said, Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, he was dead. Charlie Kirk was shot. And they thought he was dead because it was so horrific, And I said, dead.
And then we installed the most beautiful chandelier. Sconces, you wouldn't believe. There's something wrong with them. There really is. I mean.
Now, how distasteful are you to think that this joke would land and it makes sense, unless you vehemently hate Charlie and you hate President Trump? These leftist nut jobs have no end to the disrespect that they're willing to do, and that's why you lost your job. That's why you lost your job. To say that Donald Trump didn't care about Charlie is ridiculous. You see all the outpouring. First of all, he came on the news and said it.
Don said to me, he's sort of like a son to you. Charlie got involved like 11 years ago, I think. He started, he's a brilliant guy, but he didn't go to college. He actually started in college. He was so bored that he left. He would have done very well in college if he wanted to, but he was brilliant. I always said, can you get a degree because you're sort of used to having people like you.
So he actually did. He got an honorary doctorate, which is just amazing. So amazing. Oh my gosh, that was not what he said. And it's truly sad how the left twists the narrative In fact, when I know a lot of my viewers are Christian, when you look at the Bible, well, the devil does that a lot. What the devil does is he twists what God intended for good and makes it evil. Everything, because he has no creativity. Because the only people who have creativity are the ones made in God's image, and well, the devil is not made in God's image, meaning he does not have creativity. That's why words have so much power. Why words have
Of justice because he didn't do it.
Life. I am re-optimizing again this live stream, but while I am doing that, I just want everyone to say, I just wanted to say how amazing it is that he brought 50. His death brought the church attendances up to 50%. How amazing is that? So amazing. I mean, if that's the only thing he died for, I think he truly would have, because, like, obviously, he was Christian. Obviously, he, believed the word of Christ. It's just so amazing. Not only that, 2.2 million new Republicans since he died because of his death. I mean, it's just so inspiring, so amazing. The movement is nothing but just climbing. It is climbing like never seen before. It's amazing. It truly is. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Most host, he's one of my haters. You know you're doing something right when someone hates you. That's when you know you're doing something right. Let's see what he says. What's our during little mommy boy talking about tonight? Mommy boy. Do you not have a mom? Is that why you have to put everyone else's mom down? I have a, like what's wrong with being a mommy's boy, huh? What's wrong being a mama's boy? They just have to resort to insults. They just have to because they don't have anything else. Most host, if you want to debate me, you are more than welcome to. We'll be debating tomorrow night. We'll have live debates. Did you catch that? Said they aren't new Republicans. They're just anyone else think. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hello, most toast. Well, tonight he's talking about how we're not going back down. Yeah, the difference between me and you is that... What? The difference is between me and you is that you came out of your mom. I don't understand. I'm sure it's a good thing that I don't understand. But so I've said this a few times before. One of the ways, the main way liberals debate isn't debating, it's slander. That's why you'll see them. That is why you see them throwing insults at you. That is why you see them degrading you and your image. It sickens me. The fact that people can cheer on someone's death and then advocate for their wife and children to be killed next. It sickens me. It's sickening. They probably didn't have a dad is the issue. My son is mama's boy, and he has a dad, and he follows the Lord. Well, that's amazing. That is an epidemic in America, having dads in the home. So many people don't have fathers, and the ones who do, most of the time, don't have good fathers. This clown said he would pay for anyone to denounce their citizenship, but he doesn't have any money, so how's that possible? I will pay for anyone to denounce their citizenship. It's $2,250. I have a lot more money than you think, so Anyone who wants to denounce their citizenship, I'll pay for it. 100%. One of the ways to move on and carry his legacy and image is to read and write and learn. And because that's how you get good at debate. That's how you learn in general. You read, right? I mean, the school system has failed us in so many ways in reading books that aren't beneficial or helpful. Dude or girl, I don't know. File paperwork, we don't care. Like I said, I will denounce. I will pay for anyone to denounce anyone's citizenship and prove you have money. Okay, I don't like to do this, but I actually am going to. Camera 1 is about $2,000, about 2,200 actually. With the lens that's on it, it's about 30, actually around 3,200. Now, camera 2 is around 1,000, but the lens that's on it is worth about 700. And I just picked these up on the fly. Now, the switcher that you see me switching thing from thing on, like this, that is about 700. The interface that you're hearing this audio is about 200. The mic arm is about 200. I've picked all this up on the fly. I don't like to do that, but I will. Because you don't know what you're talking about. I own multiple successful businesses and I'm a part owner of multiple. And my mentors are people that you could only dream about having mentoring you, but they won't mentor you because you're a piece of toast. And you just got burned. He won't because he can't, LOL. Oh my goodness, Josh will totally come on a call and debate these people with you. Yeah, for sure. LOL. That doesn't prove you have money. That proves your mommy bought you production equipment. My mom and father do not have money at all. I mean, like, they work, but they don't have, like, extra funds to buy production equipment. You just don't know what you're talking about. In fact, this light is worth more than your paycheck last week. You have 10 people in your live stream, dog. Yeah, I got shadow banned, dog. Last night I had 16,000. So, total. So, what's your end game here? Now, like I said, I will pay for anyone to denounce their citizenship. And if you do, great for you. It's about $22.50. Yeah, which is less than this camera right here that you're looking at right here. It's less money than that. Okay, I think it's funny that his profile is most toast, and he. It's just. You know you're doing something right in life when you have haters, and that's a lesson that one Charlie taught us. That's a lesson that most people taught us. I'm going to start. You can debate me, or you can get off, or I can ban you. You have slandered my mother too many times, so you can either bring up a debate topic and we can debate, or you can go bye-bye. Or you can denounce your citizenship and I'll pay for it, and a video will go viral out of your regret. But you won't, because you love America too much. You love your freedoms. You love what they stand for. Okay. How to move on. Charlie Kirk was such a great man. Such a great influence. Such a great... it's free speech for me to censor you. It's my platform. So I can, yes, it's my free speech censoring you on my platform. You're not an American citizen, so then why are you having this debate? If you're not an American citizen, then why are we having this debate? Because I will pay for anyone who says they hate America, says they hate to be an American. I will pay for them to denounce their citizenship. Point blank, hard stop, that's all. Now, You are standing on what you say, hoping he doesn't have the money because God forbid you actually have to leave America and go to a dictatorship, right? And I do, and I think I have more than proved it. I mean, I have other things I can show you. I'm not going to, because that's not what's most important. But what's most important is that I can and I will, and if anyone wants to, if anyone wants to, I will certainly pay for it. You're talking about being censored. He's literally having a conversation with you. Grow pair. Ooh. Yeah, so like I said, I'll debate anyone. If you slander my mom again, though, I will at least delete the remark. I don't stand for anyone dishonoring my mother. I swear I think this is a woman because there's yeah. In that case, they would really have to grow a pair, huh? But like I was saying, we need to move on, and we need to not move on and forget, but we need to remember his legacy, because his legacy stood for so much more than just him. I mean, American freedoms, American values. He stood for fathers being in the home. He stood for Christian values. He stood for so much. He was such an amazing person. Yeah, I'm definitely shadow banned. Hopefully this kicks back up. If not, I'm okay, because this is out there and I get to clip it, and I'll still be doing good. I want to watch the rest of this video. This video, I won't be able to see any of y'all's comments, but this video is of... Actually, I'm going to go over to this one. This video is of an amazing man. I believe he is on the Senate, or governor, or I don't know. He's someone. He's in government somehow, doing something. We're going to switch over to him. He's an amazing man. I just found him not too long ago. His name's Nick. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name because I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I don't want to mess it up. His name's Nick. This is his channel. We're going to switch over to the reacting vertical, please. This is his channel right here. Right here. Such an amazing man. He has some great...
Let's jump to that real quick, just so everyone has context of what I'm talking about.
So
I'll read this off. This was read my tweet. We'll put that one on there. So I'll tell you what the Speaker of the Virginia House of Delegates responded to. So this is what I said yesterday. And I waited on this because I prayed on it, and I was like, no, I believe this is true. So this is what I said. I said, I am told that as a state representative, this is the moment where I'm supposed to express my heartfelt condolences and then stand in solidarity with those on the other side of the aisle as we condemn political violence and stand unified as one people. But we aren't one people, are we? The truth is we haven't been for some time now, and there is really no point in pretending anymore if there ever was. We are two very different peoples. We may occupy the same piece of geography, but that is where the similarities seem to abruptly end. I convinced myself for a long time that whenever the left called me a racist, a bigot, a sexist, a fascist, a threat to democracy, for even the most innocent of disagreements, that it was simply hyperbolic rhetoric done for effect. And now the effect is a widow and 2 orphaned children because the left couldn't bear the thought of a peaceful man debating them and winning. I don't think they realize it yet, but murdering Charlie is going to be remembered as the day where we finally woke up to what this fight really is. It is not a civil dispute among fellow countrymen. It's a war between diametrically opposed worldviews which cannot peacefully coexist with one another. One side will win and one side will lose. Charlie tried to win that fight through argumentation, through discussion, through peaceful resolution of differences, and the other side murdered him. Not because he was extreme or inciting violence or any other hyperbolic slur they hurled at him. They murdered him because he was effective, because he was unafraid, because he inspired others and made them feel like they had a voice, that they were not alone. And he did it at the very institutions which have fomented so much hatred toward conservatives. I don't want to stand in solidarity with the other side of the aisle. I want to defeat you. I want to defeat the godless ideology that kills babies in the womb, sterilizes confused children, turns our cities into cesspools of degeneracy and lawlessness, and that murdered Charlie Kirk. Social media is aflame right now with leftist celebration of Charlie's death. I wonder if any among them understand what has just happened. If there is a Yamamoto somewhere in their midst warning that all they have done is awoken a sleeping giant. I doubt it. I think they gave up such introspection and self-awareness long ago. I don't know exactly what will happen next. I just know that it won't be the same as what has happened in the past. There will be thoughts and prayers. Charlie would have wanted prayers, not for himself, but for those left behind and for the country that he loved. But then there will be a reckoning. My Christian faith requires me to love my enemies and pray for those who curse me. It does not require me to stand idly by in the midst of savagery and barbarism, quite the opposite. So every time I feel tired, every time I feel discouraged or overwhelmed, I am going to watch the video of a good man being murdered in Utah. I will force myself to watch it, and then I will return to the work of destroying the evil ideology responsible for that and so much more. Rest with God, Charlie. Your fight is over. Ours is just beginning. So Don Scott decided that he was going to post this, because of course he would. Yesterday, without any proof or facts, an elected delegate and member of the House of Delegates said these words, and the other side murdered him, speaking on the horrible murder of Charlie Kirk. Democrats I served with have denounced the horrific shooting and expressed our condolences to the family of Mr. Kirk. It is sad a Republican member of the Virginia House of Delegates would use these words. It's not a civil dispute among fellow countrymen. It's a war between diametrically opposed worldviews which cannot peacefully coexist with one another. I know Nick Freitas. I actually like Nick Freitas. He is a combat veteran. He wore the cloth of this nation. I admire his ability to connect with people, but on this one, he is wrong. He must be wrong, except that I'm not. I'm not. I've actually been in the legislature longer than you have, Don. And let me tell you something. I sat there and I remembered how it used to be. I remember when you used to be able to sit down and disagree with one another civilly. And yeah, there was still some outlandish comments that were made predominantly by your side of the aisle. But we were able to have those conversations. We were able to sit down in our offices and talk to each other as human beings. And then you know what happened, Don? You know what happened, Mr. Speaker? One day you guys got put in charge. I remember it. I remember it. You won the House. You won the Senate. You had the governor's mansion, the attorney general's office. You had the lieutenant governors. And I watched what happened. It wasn't just the extreme legislation that came across. It wasn't just about trying to allow for abortion up to the point of birth or engaging in gun confiscation. It wasn't about doing all of the things that you promised us you didn't actually believe in. It was the way you treated us as individuals. It was almost as if our humanity was lost the moment you got power. Because after all, there's no reason to be nice to us anymore. You controlled the House. You controlled the committees. You controlled the governor's pen. I've watched. I have watched as the Democratic Party has fully embraced the oppressor-oppressed dynamic, the critical theory view of the world, the view of the world that says that you can bifurcate all of society into those that are evil by virtue of their position, by their race, by their sex, and those who are the victims. And whatever the victims have to do in order to
and y'all couldn't even hear me. Sorry about that. This is why I get shadow banned. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't realize y'all couldn't hear me. Toast. These are full of checks from one business. I don't do this often, but I'm tired of your slander, and I'm tired of you lying on me and my name. So I can't show you the actual checks because they have sensitive bank information, but what I can do is show you the back of them and read them off. $1,250, $226, $208, $850, $226, $1,850, and $600. That's from one business so far this month. I own a production company. These are all checks. I own a production company. That's for one business who doesn't do online payments. He only wants to write checks. Now, I work with companies all across America. I work with businesses in Maine, Colorado, Wyoming, Mississippi, Missouri, Florida, and Texas. Oh, and Washington. And that's just the physical checks I have right next to me in my room. So I made more money this month than you will ever, and that's just for one company. My funeral live streaming company is something completely different. Americans Unfiltered is something completely different. Again, if you can back something up, then do it. Also, I am only 17. So not only do I have multiple, let's say two successful businesses. I've just started another startup. Let's say two successful businesses. Okay. I'm 17. What have you done with your life? You must be like a Discord rat, and you sit in your room till 2 o'clock in the afternoon playing video games and eating Cheetos. Okay? You're a piece of toast. So you can pay for one person to denounce their citizenship, maybe. I could probably pay for this month for 10 or 12 people to denounce their citizenship. That's this month. I'm 17, and I'm making more than you are. I'm making more in a month than you are in a year. I hate when people slander me and slander my name and tell me that I'm lying, because one of the things I don't ever want to be known for is being a liar. Now let's get back to this video, because I am tired of you, and I'm tired of you slandering my name.
To achieve liberation, whatever they have to do to achieve decolonization, or whatever buzzword you're using right now, ultimately becomes justified. And then what do when somebody calls it out for what it is? You decide to spend more time and effort condemning my response, which didn't advocate for violence.
Now, sorry, y'all couldn't hear me again. Oh, Bubba, you are so wrong. You said you just read 8 checks totaling like 2K. This one is 1,850. This is 1,250. This is 120, 208, 850, 126, 185, 1,885, 600. Again, Just stop, because I'll prove you wrong again and again and again and again. You're just dumb. No, I can't remember. I'm not used, so I'm used to being behind the camera, not in front of it. So everything I do is always very structured. So that's why I sometimes forget to unmute myself, because not only am I trying to entertain and talk to you guys, I am trying to prove you wrong, which something I don't even have to do. I'm not going to do it again because I'm tired of this. Okay, we're going to jump back to the video.
I didn't murder someone. But once again, the real victims are always you guys, right?
Toast, I said I'm done. I'm done.
I have to tell you, I spent a fair amount of my life trying to come up with what I thought were good, comprehensive, coherent arguments. I remember spending time listening to the other side of the aisle express what they believed, reading through their arguments, listening to their arguments, engaging with their arguments. I remember believing that all I have to do is I have to understand that common problem that we were trying to solve. Well, then we could come together and solve it. I've said so as many times on the House of Delegates floor when I was being accused of the most vile of intentions without evidence or cause. And so I came to a conclusion, Mr. Speaker. I was wrong. We don't all want the same things. We don't all want our constituents to be happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. Or to the extent that we do, we have such diametrically opposed views on how that's going to happen that they cannot peacefully coexist. You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in when your party is not killing babies up to the point of birth? You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in where you are not handing chemical castration medicine over to gender-confused 10-year-olds? You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in when you are not going to, every chance you get, try to disarm me and anybody that thinks like me? When? If you can answer that, I will entertain the idea that there is the possibility of these two worldviews peacefully coexisting. If you are actually willing to engage in a political philosophy which says, I will live and let live, but you're not. Every time you get power, you wield it. You wield it against the people that you see as your political enemies, and you tell all your constituents that we are evil, that we are fascist, that we are threats to their very civilization and existence.
Sorry, I'm muted again. I've been called a neo-Nazi. I've been called every name in the book. The difference between us two is we back it up and we walk the walk, and we don't when we're not those things. Let me make that very clear. But you call yourself a socialist. Not like, oh man. You openly call yourself socialist. So we call you socialists, but we're the ones who get blamed for hate speech. We're the ones who get blamed for putting other individuals down, even though we are the ones who get called neo-Nazis. It's not okay. Let's hear what he has to say.
Distance. And then when they act on that, when they believe you, you act shocked. I will give you this much credit, Mr. Speaker. You are an intelligent man, and you are a cunning man, and I don't buy it anymore.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
For all the talk about the right inciting violence, Mr. Speaker, we're not murdering you. We're not murdering your speakers. We would stand by and universally condemn, prosecute, and imprison somebody that would do something like that.
Let me just make this really, really clear. If Kamala Harris got shot in the head, got shot in the neck, and died, I would not come up here and praise that. No, what we would all do is we would condemn it because it's not okay for anyone. It's not okay for any political violence in this country. If some crazy super right-wing man killed Biden, you think we would cheer that on? Like you cheered on the death of Charlie Kirk? Are you crazy? Are you mentally ill? Oh wait, I forgot. Yes, you all are. Let's finish this video.
You would fight for opportunities to let him out early. You've already done it, right, Mr. Speaker? No. No, Mr. Speaker. This wasn't done to you and me observing what is
Most toast. If you want to debate, I'll more than welcome that. In fact, I'll even debate you tonight. Tomorrow is going to be a debate night. I'm going to be hosting debates with anyone who wants to. So yeah, I will debate you. Just let's finish this video. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the dot. Let's go.
taken place is not devoid of facts or evidence, I assure you. It's come from very, very carefully following what has been taking place in our country over the last decade. Beyond that, even. I didn't want this. I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe that we were all, at our foundation, Americans. But we don't share the same worldview in the least bit. And to the extent we do, you seem completely unwilling to stop the elements of your party, the elements of your movement, the elements of your ideology from doing the most extreme and vile things. And so what am I supposed to do? Are we just supposed to take solace in the fact that you assure us that this is wrong and you don't believe it and you don't support it? Now, I think what you're all really upset about is that for the longest time, you were able to charm us into believing that you didn't really believe the extreme things you said about us. It was just for politics. It's just to win an election. Well, Mr. Speaker, whether you believe it or not, the people who listen to you do believe it. And they're willing to act on it. And they're willing to celebrate it.
This man is so intelligent and so smart. I recommend all y'all going and checking out his stuff. Now, I want to read this comment. This comment said, declaring you love Jesus Christ is one thing. Living for Jesus Christ is another. For some want recognition without the cost of salvation. John, that is very, very well put. You're getting pinned. Very, very well put. Toast, you don't walk the walk, and we can see that in your speech. Now, I pray one day Josh is blessed enough to pay for someone to denounce their citizenship. Oh, I will. 100%. I'll do that right now. But he's not right now, so shouldn't make those claims he can't uphold. Like I said, I will pay for anyone to denounce their citizenship. Anyone. I've already gone through the proof. I can pay for about 10, probably actually around 8 people to denounce their citizenship and still be profiting. In fact, I could call our business write-off for unfiltered Americans. Now, very well put, John. I think you're a regular. I think you've been here before, which is awesome if you have. So great. Ella Queen. Trump claims to be Christian, yet he doesn't uphold any of the teachings of Christ. Ella Queen, can you give me some more context to that? Because I disagree with you. I just want to know where you're coming from. John said, God bless you, Joshua. It's not important. It's an important discussion. You're right. It is an important discussion. It needs to be talked about more. We need to talk about it more. As Americans, as Christians. But that's one of the great things that came out of Charlie Kirk's death. Okay, Charlie Kirk's death, and that's the fact that so many more people have come to Christ. The church attendances are up 50%. Okay, 2.2 million new Republican voters have registered. Now, did you catch that said? You know what, Miss Toast? I'll challenge you to tell me the story of Joshua. You have 60 seconds because I know you're going to Google it. I said I would come on your stream, Moist Toast. We are going to be hosting that tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to tune in tomorrow. Everyone's more than welcome to debate me tomorrow on Christianity. I'm a PK, so you're going to lose. If you don't know what PK means, it means pastor's kid. And we are more than welcome to talk about politics. We are going to have certain discussions. We're going to have abortion is murder. We're going to have that discussion. We're going to have a bunch of different discussions. I'll set up a live stream right now. You doing, just show up. Like I said, we are going to, we're going to do that tomorrow. Ella Queen, if you could, please, comment your further that claim on Trump, because I don't think it holds up, and I would like to know your thoughts on the rest. Shocking, a pastor's kid. Now we know where your parents get the money. They stole it from the community. No, in fact, my dad intentionally does not take a big paycheck. He gets $1,000 a month for being a pastor, and he did that intentionally because he didn't want to be reliant on the church. I thought we were going on your stream right now. Did you catch that? Guys, like I said, I'm going to be hosting a debate tomorrow. Y'all can all be on it. So Charlie Kirk was such an amazing man. He impacted so many lives. And if you don't agree with me, you can let me know down below why. You can comment why, and we can have a chat and maybe a conversation. Maybe we can come to a little bit of an agreement. I just wanted to say Charlie Kirk has such an amazing legacy, and he will be known, and I will make sure he'll be known for the rest of my life. Now, you are setting up that live, what? Like I said, the live is for tomorrow. We are setting up that live for tomorrow. But like I was saying, Charlie Kirk just so like God really just spoke through him. And if you don't think he was an amazing man, please let me know down below why. Please comment why you don't think that, and we can have a conversation. Now, what's next for the movement? It was a turning point for America. Church attendances are up by 50%. I said 50. Now, new Republican voters, 2.2 million new Republican voters. And in fact, do you think monetizing Bible verses makes one closer to God than another? I don't understand that question, Sky. I'm not monetizing Bible verses. I'm not monetizing a Bible. I'm not even monetized. So the question does have not any bearing. Does not have a bearing. Did you catch that? We going live or what? Like I said, guys, the live is for tomorrow. We're doing the live tomorrow. Can you please let me know a little bit more what you're trying to conversate, because I don't understand exactly what you're doing. Says monetizing dude, learn how to read. I said monetizing. Memorizing. Oh, yeah. Well, you try to keep up with a chat and keep your thought processes lined up. Sorry about that. Do you think memorizing Bible verses makes one closer to God than another? Interesting question, I'm gonna say yes if you put them into actuality, if you put them into use, if you walk your day-to-day life, if if you read and put it into use? I'm going to say yes, because it's an instruction guide. Certain books are definitely an instruction guide on how to live your life and how to be closer. And so I'm going to say yes. Very interesting question. Now, can you give me some backstory on that question? Are you asking for you, or what's going on? Did you catch that said missed toast? I already sent my email, but I'll definitely be here for Josh's live tomorrow. If you got another problem, you have my email, and you can deal with me Okay. Most Toast said, how can this dude memorize anything when he can't read? Like I said, try to keep your thoughts straight for an hour and read chats, and you'll understand how difficult it is. After an insanely long work day, after I was up until 4 in the morning last night, woke up at 6, and been working all day. In fact, I just got back from youth because my father is a youth pastor. So, yeah, I'm tired, okay? Yes. Now, she said, if you can hear a Bible verse and completely relate out of your own spirit and knowledge of the Bible, how is one better than another in the eyes of God? Oh, I don't. So, if you can hear a Bible verse completely relate out. Oh. Yeah. So I don't think you need to memorize like verses point blank, like this word, this word, this word, this word. I don't think that at all. I can't do that. Now, what I'm gonna say is I'm much more of a visual person. I'm much more of someone who learns through audio, learns through video. So that's how I memorize the Bible. That's how I read the Bible. No, I think if you're constantly elevating and worshiping and being in the presence of God, your spirit's gonna be elevated no matter what, and you're gonna be closer to God. If you believe in a good God, why would you follow Trump? Because Trump, one, is a God-fearing man. He is the first president, I believe, in history to allow worship in the White House. While in the White House, you had LGBTQ people come in and all that, especially a God who loves all of us. Yes, God does love all of you. Numbers 24:14. She fell in. I don't know what that's supposed to mean 100%, but yeah. So Trump is the first president to allow worship in the White House openly, and yeah, let's go ahead and look up Numbers 24:14. Let's see what this says. Now we're going to be looking this up on Gateway Bible. Numbers 24. What was it? 24:14. Numbers 21:14. 24:14. Let's see. 24 verse 14. It says, Now I am going back to my people. But come, let me warn you of what this people will do to your people in the days to come. So it says, now I am going back to my people, but come, let me warn you of what this people will do to your people in the days to come. That's what Numbers 24:14 states. Queen said, why did God command genocide? Give me a Bible verse that says he commanded genocide. I think the problem is they think we worship Trump. We don't. Did we vote for him? Yes. Yes, we do not worship him. We worship Jesus Christ. That is truth. I'm going to try to say your name right. I'm so very sorry. Seva Vailo, I don't know. said, I heart you. I know brain rots again. Um, can't tell if that's out of support. I don't know if she's telling me I'm a brain rot person. I don't know. But did you catch that said? It's the story of Caleb Taylor. So faithful to the Lord that he inherited the promised land. I'm Vinci. What country are you from? Are you from America, Russia? I mean, we welcome you. I'm just interested, and I want to know how Charlie impacted your life. At least in the King James Bible, that's what 24:14 is. Yeah, I think this was the NIV. It doesn't say that in the NIV. She's referring to witchcraft, child sacrifice were pretty rotten. Talking about child sacrifice, what? Did you catch that? Are you okay? What are y'all's views on abortion? And Toast said, why did God make different races? Why are we to know everything and every reason of God? That's my question to you. What are you racist? Do you not like blacks or Mexicans or Asians or whites? Are you racist? Why is that even a question you have to ask? That's a question you ask when you don't love all races. Am I wrong? Please, did you catch that? John, Ella, tell me if I'm wrong. Now this person said, I can't believe we lost. The Jews do this to Charlie. Don't even know what you're supposed to. I don't even know what you're saying there. I don't believe we let the Jews do this to Charlie. Oh, I see. I read that wrong. You think the Jews did this to Charlie? Really? The lefts did this to Charlie. It's a part of the downfall of Saul. You're an American Soho. What's a Soho? I really can't. I don't know if she's like. I don't know if this person. Soho meaning. The meaning of Soho is a small office, home office. Soho. What? Okay. This person said, back and to the left, mic drop. Most hosts said, actually, it's actually a very logical question. If we are made in the image of God, why are there multiple races? Again, I don't understand where that question's coming from. Ella said, Deuteronomy 20:16-17, God commanded genocide. Now let's read Deuteronomy 20:16 through 17. Let's see here. Now Deuteronomy, this person put this in the text and in the chat. Let's see here. Deuteronomy 20:16-17 says, however, in the cities of the nations of the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, do not leave alive anything that breathes, completely destroy them. Okay, so I see. I believe, now I need context for this verse. That's the thing. So if you can leave me the context for this verse, maybe we can discuss this verse. I think I can see where you're coming from, and I think I can see where you're going. Viscount said, as conservatives, we don't go to war over this. We remain peaceful and command violence on all sides. Condemn violence on all sides. Correct. We will not ever cheer on violence. The image of God is not skin color. Greatly put, John. You put that in you said that very well. Now this person said the concept of genocide didn't exist until the 20th century. Ella, that's also well put. Most hosts said, I can't hear the question, therefore I don't understand the question. You are not okay. Where I Eloqueen. I think it's. I don't think this person Seva Valaria. I don't know how to spell her. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's definitely. I don't think it's American. I don't think she's American. I think she's trying her best. I just can't understand what she's saying. She fall in love. Toast. God is Alpha and Omega, the dark and the light. That's how we are all. Is nothing without God, and without God there is nothing. Greatly put. Most Toast said, I would debate you 25 times. I would debate you 30 times, Toast. I don't know where you're going with that. I'm more than welcome to debating you. In fact, I want to debate you. In fact, join my live tomorrow afternoon, and we will debate starting 6:45 to 7. I don't know. I have 75 XP. I don't know what that is in reference to. Did you catch that? Said, send me a real email address so that I can give you the link. You can't be anonymous. Seva said, thank you. Did you catch that? Now, I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think abortion is murder? Let me know if y'all think abortion is murder. I believe abortion is murder. In fact, I have a shirt that says abortion is murder. I believe it goes against what we believe as conservatives. I believe it goes against what we should believe as Bible-reading Christians, because that, if you want to talk about genocide, that is genocide. And if you don't want to talk about it, if you do want to talk about genocide, but you don't want to admit that that's genocide, I don't want to see anyone talk about genocide. I think that's one of the biggest problems facing America. This person said, we don't call out for war over this. Watch is why we watch. Yeah, fans, stop with the. We need to preach it. Yeah, see, the difference between conservatives and Democrats is that we don't call for violence. We don't call for war. We don't call for people to die or businesses getting burned down. We don't call for any of that. I don't know what this person's saying. Yeah, I'm Vici. Why would you have died? What? She fall in love. What do you mean? Why would you have died? I do, however, want to switch the topic to abortion. I believe that's one of the biggest epidemics in America. You're calling for more division right now by buying into left and right. I just told you if I tried to carry my pregnancy, I would die. We got a returning viewer, Dua Lipa. Kirk said to kill homeless people. He did not. Show me, paste the video where he said that. I'm very intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. It's up and down, not left and right. John says there is no unity with darkness, as God says to hate evil. Well put, John. I think we don't hate the left. I think the left might just be another new word for evil, because, be honest with me, who's calling for the abortion murder? Who's calling for the true genocide of abortion? Who's calling for all these different evil acts? The left is, not the right. Viscount said there are plenty of Democrats and leftists who are calling out as wrong. It's not a left-right issue. It's so some are, but I mean, Jimmy Kimmel even got fired because he is Jimmy Kimmel's just a terrible person in general. Disagreements to the front of the line. It's rich versus poor. It's not rich versus poor. That's not what it is. In fact, it actually might be, but most voting Democrats are very, very wealthy, while most voting Republicans are your workers, your factory workers, are your plumbers, your technicians, are your farmers and like seriously. Seriously. And most of your Democrats are well, rich, wealthy. Cool guy, San Francisco, Jimmy Kimmel did not do anything wrong. You want to hear what Jimmy Kimmel did wrong? I will tell you what Jimmy Kimmel did wrong. And he got fired because he did do something wrong. The left would not fire Jimmy Kimmel over not doing anything wrong. Let's see this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start with some weapon-grade gaslight night disinformation, engaging in some
Here,
more
I'm about to show you this
disinformation,
video.
this time about his ideological bedfellow,
Okay, this is the video
Tyler
that
Robinson.
I can find.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Yes, I'm
Now that is a video.
I'm
of
sure
Jimmy
the
Kimmel
far-left
doing
loser
something
mo-
wrong because after Charlie Kirk's assassination, saying something like that is not okay. Now, okay, I'll wait for like and subscribe. Did you catch that? The problem is this is so false. Name one teaching by Jesus Trump upholds. Name one teaching by Jesus that Trump doesn't uphold. How about that? You don't command me. You're here. I'm not listening to you. You're listening to me. So how about you do that? This person said he got canceled by the right, the anti-cancel culture. He actually got canceled by his own network, okay? He did not get canceled by the right. And there's a difference between canceling someone because of views you don't agree with and outright lying to millions, possibly billions of people. I mean, his show is huge. Did you catch that? I have heard that as an argument, but no one ever really says who actually killed the mother. It's all over the internet. He made fun of a man being murdered for ridiculous views. Jesus says, love your neighbor. Yes, we do love our neighbor. However, we do not support our neighbor for everything. I don't understand. Cool guy San Francisco, don't necessarily understand where you're coming from with that. I do, however, Kimmel wasn't lying. Kimmel was lying. In fact, I have the documents right here to prove it. Oh, no, not that. I have the documents right here somewhere to prove it. Let's get off of this screen. Let's get off of that screen. I'm pulling up the documents right now. I believe they're going to be right here. No, not right there. Okay. Trying to pull up documents showing the fact that he is wrong. I mean, that you are wrong. And he's wrong. Just because there is so much evidence supporting that. Now, as you can see right here, this is the person who killed Charlie Kirk. Now, this kid is, one, mentally ill, so very mentally ill. Also, you can see this picture right here is of him wearing a red shirt. That is the original picture. Now, I'm pulling this up as well. I'm trying to find it. The picture that's going around saying, oh, he was Republican. He was a Republican. Let's see here. Killer assassination wearing a Trump shirt. Yeah, we will find. Actually, this photo should be fine because it'll just prove our point. Someone photoshopped this and made it look actually pretty convincing. It looks pretty convincing, but it's a very cheap Photoshop job, as you can see right here. This is the man who murdered Trump right here. Next to that picture, this picture is doctored, is altered. This is the original picture, and this is the edited picture. He was not a Trump supporter. He did not vote for Trump. In fact, he was he was against everything that Trump stood on. So this rhetoric of he was Republican makes me sick to my stomach, and I don't want to hear anyone be saying that because it is just so false. Now, Jordan said, what does this have to do with Jimmy Kimmel? That has to do with Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel was saying that he is a Trump supporter. Well, that is just a lie from the pit of you-know-where. This person said, hey, I just joined the live stream. Could you make sure audio is balanced? I can only hear you out of my left speaker. It's super quiet. I've been getting that a lot. I can make it on my right side. It's going to be grainy. I have to figure out my audio tonight after off the stream. So if you're okay with grainy audio, I will go ahead and do that. Just let me know down below if you are okay with it. Now, this person said nobody believes that photo. A lot of people believe the photo. A said, what? Wait. What's the Trump thing? Just got here. So sorry, I'm going to say your name like that if that's okay with you. Yeah, so this right here, this photo right here is of this is the original photo. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. Y'all should be able to see my mouse. But if you can't, which I suppose you actually can't, so this photo all the way on the right is of the killer. That's the original photo. Now this photo was doctored by someone online. On the photo on the left, and that's the actual. That's the killer, and they doctored it, making him look like he's wearing a red Trump shirt. Now this person said, are you a Christian? Yes, I am a Christian. Jesus wouldn't give money to the rich. I don't know what you're talking about. So this is what we were talking about. So someone doctored this image right here of this kid and made him look like he was wearing a Trump shirt, and it's not true. Oh, they did some dirty poop putting him in a Trump shirt. Yeah, it's not okay, though. And we really shouldn't stand for it. And that's why Jimmy Kimmel got fired, because he was spreading false news and honestly pretty much a false doctrine. Now, Natalie, you're back. Have a nice everyone. Have a nice night, everyone. I didn't even know you were here. I think he's saying Trump isn't a Christian. Trump is a Christian. I do believe that with my heart, soul, and mind. He even implemented worship back into the White House. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put this down. I'm gonna have to reposition this. He actually even re-implemented. Okay, spamming is not gonna be allowed. If you spam again, you will be removed. Again, if you spam again, you will be removed. Dua Lipa, okay. Dua Lipa is getting banned, everyone. Everybody say bye-bye to Dua Lipa. Bye-bye, Dua Lipa. Bye-bye. You're being banned. Bye. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Dua Lipa. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, Dua Lipa has been silenced. He was against that. Did you catch that? I don't know why you keep saying that. If you didn't ask, why then don't? Okay, I don't even know what this is about. Did you catch that? Said they already proven that photo was fake. The photo is fake. Are you a Christian? Jordan, yes, Jordan, yes, I am a Christian. I very much am. Yes, sir, I am. I am a Christian. Again, Dua Lipa has been silenced on my channel. If anyone, well, honestly, if anyone does anything like that, they will always be silenced. It's not okay, and since it's my channel, I get to determine what is tolerated on my channel. Understood. Good. Jordan, yes, I'm a Christian. Let's talk about abortion. If y'all want to talk about genocides, let's talk about the genocide of abortion, because anyone who participates, this dude can't read, I'm out. I can read, again, very long. Christian, yes, I am a Christian, yes. I am a Christian. Oh, sorry guys. Again, very long day. I apologize. No, I am not. No, I apologize. Jordan, I am not. This guy can't read them out. Again, very long day. In fact, I've only got 2 hours of sleep. I'm going to go to bed a little bit early tonight just because I'm so freaking tired. Now, this guy said, and Gaza. Gaza is not a genocide. It's a tragedy, not a genocide. And I think Israel is fully, they're in the right to do so. Charlie Kirk was shut down at 12:23 p.m. John Carpenter. No, I am not Jordan. We are going to be hosting a live debate tomorrow if anyone's interested. Say the word. Why? Why? Now, I find it very interesting that people think abortion is genocide, but not. I'm sorry. I think it's very interesting that people think that what happened in Gaza is a genocide, but don't think abortion is genocide. Abortion is 100% a genocide, and I don't even think what happened in Gaza is a genocide. It just breaks my heart, and it needs to be overturned in every single state. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to a nationwide ban. Truly. Jordan, let us know. You can pronounce the word. Yeah, charlatan. Yeah. Charlatan. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, and like I said, no. I'm not. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you didn't think I knew what that word would mean. I know what I'm talking about. I am, yeah. What about the medically necessary? That's an interesting conversation. Cool guy, San Francisco. Jordan, you are welcome. Sorry that I misread that. I apologize. Medically necessary is a very rare circumstance because most of the time they're giving 2 options on abortion. But most of the time they're only given 1 option, that's an abortion. But honestly, a cesarean section is, it would solve a lot of the issues most of the time, and an abortion is almost never necessarily medically necessary. She fell in love. You don't know anything. I'm pro-life. Please stop. I just asked a question because you didn't have the wherewithal to question it. End of story. Do not ask why she fell in love. I have already put in my email. I don't debate people who can't answer a simple question. Thanks, though. I don't think abortion was killing a baby. I thought it was a clump of cells until I actually heard Charlie break it down. Yeah, I mean, the way Charlie put things was so amazing. The thing is that after he described it, I actually wanted to go and watch it. I wanted to go watch the video to know what I was fighting against. Because honestly, you don't need to fight against something unless you know what you're fighting against. But I did watch the video, and it's terrible how they go inside and they break the back, and they I need to get a puff filter for this. They break the back and they pull the baby out limb by limb by limb, and the baby fights and dodges it. It's terrible. And if you want to say it's a clump of cells, then so am I. I'm a clump of cells, and so are you. That's like saying, oh my gosh, cameras don't matter. They're just a clump of atoms. Everything's a clump of atoms. It's the same thing. What's next? The word is unity, wisdom. Why can't I barely hear this guy? Turn up your audio. I don't know what else to tell you. Turn up your audio. My audio is all the way up. In fact, actually, it's not. I can turn up a little bit more if that helps. If y'all can hear me a little bit better. My interface is trying not to get in the red, so that's why it's automatically doing that. I apologize, guys. I hear him just fine. John, let me know if my audio is too high now that I've turned it up. And if it is, let me know. But again, maybe turn up your audio. That's way better? Okay. Yeah, then I'll keep it that way. Good. Jay, no, you have the ability to speak, think, and actually emotion. A fetus for the first few weeks is literally a ball of cells. Jay, I have the ability to, let's see this, I have the ability to speak, think, and actually understand emotion. Now let me ask you this, is a 1-year-old baby not a life because they can't speak or think, and they don't have emotion, they don't understand emotion? Is a 1-year-old baby not alive? Is a 1-year-old baby just a clump of cells and worthy to not die? No. You would not kill a 1-year-old baby, would you? She fall in love. Why are you having a conversation? It's to jump. TY brother, what are we discussing here? Yeah, so we are discussing abortion at this point in time. The whole discussion of tonight, though, is as conservatives how to move on after Charlie's death. Not move on, but carry on his legacy. John, you're slightly louder, but pretty good either way. That's good. The atom thing. Cars are atoms. We are crashing cars. No, that's not what I said. I said it's like saying a camera is just a clump of atoms. Okay? Because every human is just a clump of cells. That's what every human is. They do speak. That's why they're good. Yeah, most teenagers can't even survive on their own. That's very true. Most teenagers in the school system can't even think on their own. So good point there. Jay, that argument is nonsensical. She's right. That argument is nonsensical. That's the difference between a 1-year-old and a zygote. There is no difference between a 1-year-old and a zygote in my brain. They're both human beings. Like there's nothing. There's no. I think man, life is just so important, and you shouldn't kill it just because you decided to not be safe, and just because you decided that you wanted to not pay the consequences of having sex before marriage. Right, a camera's atoms, but you just throw it without care. Your point is Jay, your point is pointless. I don't understand. I don't understand you. Okay? How do I put this? Let's think about this. My question to you, Jay, is what if your mother had an abortion and you didn't have the chance to live? How do you feel about that? How would you feel if you were not given the chance to live? Because all life is precious. I don't care political views. I don't care anything. But thank you, Freeway Girl. I'm trying to put this into words that you can understand, Jay. I understand that you don't think comparing cells to atoms. Yes, I am a baby to a camera, bro. No, that's not. I'm not comparing a baby to a camera. I'm comparing what you said about a clump of cells being just like me saying a camera is a clump of atoms. That's what I said. Cells is a baby, and so you're born. How can you just throw away a camera if you wouldn't feel you wouldn't exist? But he can feel right now, right? So the question isn't how would you have felt? The question is, how do you feel thinking about your mother getting an abortion? You would not have the chance to have experiences or live or and if y'all seen the video of an abortion, it's the most horrendous thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's just terrible, so terrible. I'm not comparing a baby to a camera. I'm just saying if a baby was a camera, got it. I don't understand your argument, Jay. It doesn't make any sense. Ending the censorship of why he died. Matthew, why do you even think he died? Charlie's death is going to be so... Charlie Kirk lives on in all true patriots. Jerry Jackson, great way to put it. In fact, I'm going to pin you on the top because he does. And I'm going to try to carry on his legacy. I can't replace him. You can't replace him. No one can replace him. But we need to try to carry on his legacy because he died, and that needs to be a turning point for America. It needs to be a turning point for all Americans. Period. Point blank. Hard stop. Okay. Up to 24 months. It's like saying, how would you feel if I'm dead? I know I will be dead. AI, your point isn't valid. That's not like saying that. What I said was, how would you feel if you didn't have the chance to have these experiences? Excuse me. Good point. She fell in love. I didn't see her point. I apologize. Oh, people who do not understand are godless. That's a problem. That is so very true. At 20 weeks is not a clump of cells. That's true. At 20 weeks is a baby. And a fetus is a baby, and a zygote is a baby. And when the sperm attaches to an egg, it's a baby. Period. Point blank. Hard stop. You should be against abortion if you are a Christian. Oh, you are against abortion. I apologize. AI said, I don't care about cells. You're alive when you have... I disagree with that. Ellis said, why was I kicked for asking a question? I didn't kick you. I have no idea why you were kicked for asking a question. I have not kicked you. I have not kicked anyone except for the one person who was spamming. I think it's a bot. I think Dua Lipa was a bot. That's factually incorrect. Jesse, what is factually incorrect? Would you expand on that comment, please? You were kicked because the First Amendment is under attack by Trump's regime. Okay, sure it is. And I would like some proof for that too. What if you're a Muslim? I love Trump and abortion. You love Trump and abortion? Interesting. You can be a Muslim. That's okay. I think you should turn to Christ, Jesus Christ. But I think that's for Muslims. I have one question to ask: is your God full of love and forgiveness? And if so, why does there teachings not indicate that, because our God as Christians is all for is he is love, and he is a loving God. Jesse said only cells in here seem to be that's funny. Charlie Kirk faked his own death. That is an interesting point that is an interesting thing to ask. Ella, yeah. Okay, so I asked you to expand on that a while ago. I asked you to expand on that because that verse, I want context behind the verse, and then I want you to have a reasonable question behind that. Are you saying a zygote is a person? That's not how biology works at all. I am saying a zygote is a human. I mean, yes. A zygote is. I'm not even going to get into that discussion. Abortion is murder. Abortion is the dam holding back 1 million. Nobody has been kicked. I kicked one person, Dua Lipa. That's who I kicked. Jesus would have denounced Trump for all the BS he says and promotes. Jess, every time I've asked someone to please provide evidence, no one has. So if you would please provide some evidence, that would be awesome. Please just come to senses now. Yes, please, y'all. Please come to y'all's sense. Abortion is murder. Greatest city. Imagine trying to convince women their behavior is wrong. LOL. Just control them. I actually condemn the doctors and society itself, not women. Thank you for your comment, though. Christianity, just. I don't understand what you mean by that. If you don't think women should be jailed for abortion, you can't say abortion is murder. I think the people who undergo the women don't see most women don't see an ultrasound, and 70% of those who do see an ultrasound either cancel or don't. Billions and trillions of life forms. Do plants have? That's a great argument, John. Do fish have? Yeah, that's a great argument, John. Or they refuse to look at ultrasounds. Actually, most women don't refuse to look at ultrasounds. They're not given the opportunity to. I think that abortion should be considered murder at all stages of pregnancy, and I think that the doctors should be taken in for murder, not the women. And honestly, women need to be more careful. Don't have sex if you're not married. It's very simple. That's not how biology works. While trying to argue a single zygote is a whole formed baby. I'm not saying it's a whole formed baby. That's not what I'm saying. It's going to grow into a baby. That's what a zygote is. It's like saying a fetus isn't a whole baby. No, but it's going to be a baby. Just like a baby is going to be a man or a woman. Just like a baby is going to be a kid and an adult. Okay? So saying a fetus isn't a baby is like saying a baby's not an adult. Logically, does not make sense. And Jesus, if real, was either brown or, Jesus was not white. Jesus was not white. I think we can all admit that Jesus was not white. When you say women shouldn't be pronounced for murder, they do abortion. It's saying I do not think murderers should be punished. Dumb. Greatest city. That's not true. What I'm saying is that the doctors who actually commit the abortions should be the murderers, not the women who undergo them, not the women who actually get them. They are not informed well, and the doctors, excuse me, and the doctors are the ones who actually go into the womb, and they break the baby's back and they break the baby's spine. They rip the baby limb from limb, and the baby dodges, and the baby wrestles for its life, and they pull that little child out limb by limb. Go watch an abortion if you think abortion should happen. Go watch an abortion and come back and let me know. On the timeline of human development, it starts with zygote. Sure, zygote is human life. It's a stage on the way to life. But what gives that life rights? Because being pregnant reduces... No, being pregnant does not reduce rights. Every zygote... The zygote has different DNA. The baby has different DNA than the mother. 50-50. The father and the mother. So it's not her DNA to kill. And let me ask you this. If a woman is inconvenienced by her 2-year-old child, let me know. Should that be considered? Should that be considered okay? Just because she's fed up with having the responsibilities of a mother. How does being pregnant reduce rights? It doesn't. Like you keep your fingernail clippings and dandruff too. I don't understand your point, Jess. And John says life growth cells are living organisms, whether stage greatest city. So the woman is the murderer, but we're not going. No, the woman is not the murderer at all. No, what the murderer is she's the victim. She's not properly. She's not told what is. She's not given an ultrasound. The doctor is the murderer. The doctor is the maniac who pulls the child out limb by limb. That's not the problem. The problem is the argument based on your religion's beliefs. You can't force other people to follow. I'm not forcing anyone to follow the same belief. What I am saying, and I can back it up biblically, and I can back it up without the Bible, that abortion should be considered murder. I'm not even basing it on my beliefs as a Christian. I'm basing it off of what I think human life is, and I think every life is beautiful and has meaning. And I can tell that you've definitely had an abortion, because looking at your profile picture is horrendous. Blaming women for anything. I'm not blaming women for a thing. If you don't have the society, you shouldn't have rights. I have the right to do with my body what I want. It's not your body. It's another being. It's another person's body, and it's not even your DNA. It's 50% your DNA and 50% the father's DNA. You absolutely so much. What if she will die if the baby doesn't come out? Elijah, that's a great question. A cesarean section is always on the table, and I believe less than 1% of pregnancies need 1% of dangerous pregnancies, like say the mother will die, is needed. Abortion is needed, and I think to save the life of the mother, I think it's a tricky situation, and I think at that point it might fall into the woman's hands. At that point, do you want to live on, or do you want your child to live on? Are you against piercings? I don't find anything biblically that backs it up. I don't think. I don't love them. I'll never get pierced, and I hope my wife is not pierced. I'm not against tattoos. I'll probably get a tattoo or two about a Bible verse or something. But yeah, I don't know. He looks and sounds like he's against getting laid. I am if you're not married. Yeah, I am if you're not married. If you're not married, you shouldn't get laid. Cheerful, have you ever seen a video? I've seen a video of abortion, and it's the most horrendous thing anyone can ever witness, ever. It's so sad. There is no heart week for 5 or 6 weeks. I have 4 children and fully body development. If you have 4 children, that's sad if that's what your profile picture is. I'm sorry. But if you have 4 children and you're cheering on abortion, you are demented and sick, and you need to get help. Is pill bro? I don't know what Elijah. I don't. Would you please expand on that? Oh, and A said, "How old are you?" I am 17. Elijah, I don't understand. Can you expand on your sentence of "It's a pill bro"? I don't understand that. I don't believe you have seen one. I have seen one. It's the most horrendous thing. It was probably AI. No, it's not AI. Dude, I've given birth. I'm very well aware of how baby develops. Did you catch that? Are you talking to me? Very interesting. I feel bad for at cheerful. Yeah, same here. Yeah. You need Jesus. I feel bad that you're a sheep who needs a shepherd. Elijah, I'm just asking you to expand on your question. However, cheerful, I will be praying for you. You just know that you are in my prayers, and I serve the God of Elijah and Jacob, and my God died on the cross and rose 3 days later. What has your God done? I want everyone who's a Christian in my comments to please pray for cheerful. Young man, you are the future. Stay strong. Thank you. I appreciate your comment. Now, cheerful. I'm going to be praying for you in just a second. That doesn't change the fact that we were. In fact, don't listen to people like that. Don't forget those. I subscribe. Thank you so much, Sarah, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Listen, in the name of Jesus, I pray for cheerful. I pray that she comes to meet the Lord. I pray that she, her heart gets warmed to the. Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to ban hellfish. I apologize, guys. God, I come to you in prayer for, God, I come to you in prayer for cheerful, and hellfish, and God, I pray that you impact their hearts, and we thank you for the church attendances across the nation, across the world being up 50%, Lord. Thank you, and hellfish and cheerful, you will be my prayers, and just know that my God is going to be your God, and I just hope that you change from your sinful ways. God bless you. Just because you benefit from a Christian nation doesn't mean your beliefs are in control. Jesus is in control. That is true. Notice, and any evil spirit in my comment section, I rebuke you in Jesus' name, and I want you to see something cheerful and hellfish. Well, I blocked hellfish. I'm not going to speak on that. Enjoy it when the darkness takes over and you realize Oh my gosh, I can't believe you have 4 kids. I feel bad for them, and they'll be in my prayers as well. God, you're a loser Nazi, really? I can't believe how many people we have in this. This is so sad. This is so sad. God, I can't believe you have. I can't believe you have 4 kids. But the thing is, our God is stronger than your God. And I'm in support to release the Epstein files as well. I think there's something deeper at play there too. Cheerful, you are hilarious. You seem very. I doubt we consider the same enjoyments. Say what you will about Charlie Kirk, in the end, he leaned left. I don't know what you mean by that, Thomas. He did not lean left. It's an embarrassment. God can't even save us now. This is crazy. Yeah, Thomas, well put. My God is stronger than yours. You support people who are against Civil Rights Act. You cannot be you cannot be a Christian and MAGA at the same time. No, you cannot be a Christian and a leftist at the same time. You cannot think it's okay to be trans gay. You cannot, which is just gay, okay? You cannot think it's okay to be an animal. You cannot think it's okay to have an abortion. It's not okay. And you cannot be a leftist and be a Christian. Why is it acceptable for Charlie Kirk to mock? He didn't. Yes, he can now. God is powerful. What violence did Charlie mock? That's a great question. Bracing loser, your God is like 5,000th. I don't even know what that means. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Ha 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 ha. Also, the only real God. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, Thomas. At sea, they lie, don't respond to their hate. Well put. Greatest city, dude, you are the only person I've seen. This. You are correct. I've heard say trans equals gay. Well, trans is gay. I mean, all the LGBT crap is gay, and it's disgusting. I don't understand how men can look at men and be like, ooh. I don't understand it at all. It's disgusting. It's evil. It's demonic. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Dude, you're the only person I've seen. Okay, I just read that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100% trans is gay. And Charlie Kirk made fun and attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband. Yeah, that's because Nancy Pelosi's husband is a joke. The devil is trying to mock us. Ignore it. We are much stronger than them. Well, our God is much stronger than their God. I don't know what closet case here. I don't know what that means. In human history, there had been many, from the sun to the ocean, countless others. Yours like the 5,000th in line. Actually, we're the first. In fact, you can find Bible predating every other religion known to man. So Bible history is so well known. They found the remains of Sodom and Gomorrah. They found Noah's Ark. I mean, everything that is in the Bible can be proved true. Explain how Paul is a joke. Well, because he's an inside trader. I mean, you don't think Nancy Pelosi tells him like what stock, like you think their wealth is really one, like his inside trading is way too accurate, more accurate than anyone else ever, I think. Don't quote me on that, actually. But it's just sad. And I mean, Nancy Pelosi is the biggest joke of them all, I think. The same way you feel about Kirk. I don't understand what that even has to do. Okay, so many in the chat. Please make sure to hit the like button. Yes, guys, make sure to hit the like button. And for those who loved Charlie Kirk, because it's illegal. Now, for those in the chat who support Charlie Kirk and want to support his family, we have a little bit of merch. Check 1 2. Okay, everybody, I had to switch to this mic right here. Don't know why this mic turned off. I apologize greatly. I apologize greatly. What I was trying to say is all proceeds go to the family. The Unfiltered team has worked very hard on these designs. Screen share has muted you. I don't know what screen share is. But we got audio back on. Like I said, all this is at americansunfiltered.com. We'll go back here. Charlie Kirk did that for profiting off his name. We're not profiting. We are at a net loss of a few $100s. In fact, all proceeds are, like I said, going to his family. Says that everywhere. It's posted everywhere. All proceeds to his family. Now, Caleb said, like, what's the point of wearing a shirt that says "I am Charlie"? Like, why not any other innocent people were killed this year? Because Charlie isn't just a name. It's not just a person. It's a movement. Now, two mics are on. Two mics should not be on. Check 1 2. Yeah, I don't know why we got muted. I don't know how you can even tell the two mics are on. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a echo or something. Okay, we should be able to turn these guys off now. God, thank God. I do not like using those. I do not know why my mic was muted. I apologize for everyone of that inconvenience. Like I said, super apologize to anyone for that inconvenience. It's not on an old setting, guys. It's just normal. Everything is normal. It's not on an old setting, guys. It's just normal. Yep, it's normal. I can hear it on my phone. It's normal. Sharing the store messed the audio. No, it shouldn't have. Well, maybe. Hold up. It actually did. I'm going to try to fix that. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. It's fixed now. That was interesting. If you think his family is not multimillionaire, you are not thinking clearly. To give multimillionaires more money. Absurd. A wife is without a husband, and a child is without a father. No money can compensate that. And if she wants us to donate it to TPUSA, we will. They need as much money as they can get right now. When is the only time Joshua? Okay, guys, I'm 17. Enough with this absurd. Okay, guys, I'm going to be ending the live stream. Again, you guys can go to you guys can go to unfiltered@gmail.com. Americans Unfiltered, to get any of this. And they're going to realize when it's too late and wonder what they have done. I need to go to bed. Good night. God bless you. Sarah, God bless you too. Guys, this merchandise is available at a limited time. All proceeds go to the family. We are going to be ending this live stream. We'll be having a live debate tomorrow night. And yeah, we will be having a live debate tomorrow night. Stay tuned. It's going to be going live at 6:30, 6:45. Stay tuned. All this merch can be found at americansunfiltered.com, or you can go into the community post. It's linked to my channel. Have a great night. God bless. God bless Charlie Kirk. God bless his family, and God bless the United States of America. Good night, everybody. This has been Unfiltered with Josh.